Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy D Shrimp. So, look, we finished up a story we was just talking about down here with the guys down here, right? So, I used to work at this nursing home over on the east side, y'all. Way over here on, what was that? Exchange. Exchange is the street where the railroad track run. It's right over there by KTS Dre, King Von, them they old set where they was at. I'm getting pumped by KTS Dre, y'all, and KTS Bond. Way over there, right? That was a lakeside. Down the street was no limit, right? So we got low limit down here on 79th, and on the 72nd end, you got lakeside down there. Now I used to work there, right? And I used to be able to go all over because down here, no limit, these my stones. They knew I was the general. Down here was my guy. I had a guy who worked for me. He was a housekeeper at the same facility I was at. So he worked there. He was a gangster. He was from Lakeside. So them, his guys, they knew me as his supervisor. They didn't know my gang affiliation because every time they see me, I'm at work and they would see me and him. So I would be able to go down there. It was a Hell's Chicken down there. And then there was another little spot we used to go down in No Limit. So the people who worked there used to always ask, they used to ask him to go down there. He said, no, I can't go down there. Ask Shrimp to go down there. They called me Jewett by my last name. Ask Jewett to go down there. So I used to go down there and get the food from this restaurant, and we would send him at this one. Sometime when he went there, I would go get it. So the lady asked me one day, Jewett, why are you able to go to both restaurants and Raphael can't? I'm like, well, that got a lot to do with street shit. I said, down here on this end, these my guys down here. Over here, them his guys. I said, but I'm able to go down there because I'm his guy and we work together. They didn't really know my gang affiliation, right? So one day we had one of the generals that worked at the place with us because we was fresh out the work release center. A lot of us was fresh out the work release center. So we had another general. He was from he was from No Limit down there somewhere. I can't remember his name. So he got sent home by our supervisor, and they sent him back to the penitentiary. Oh boy, that nigga was hot, boy. I'm talking about he was mad. He called these niggas in Low Limit and told them to come up there and whoop this motherfucker, the supervisor, right? So I'm at work one day now. If you know where these tracks at and you know anything about exchange, it's not a lot of traffic going here. It's a liquor store here, but ain't nobody walking because No Limit is not walking down here. If anybody walking, they either coming to our facility or they going to the liquor store if they stay in one of the buildings. But the building was on the corner where the liquor store at. So what no people should be walking up and down here if they weren't coming to our facility. So I worked at the front desk, y'all, because I was the housekeeping supervisor on the night shift. So I worked the desk. Raphael, the gangster, would be cleaning up. So I'm sitting at the desk one time. I see three niggas walk by, and I'm looking this way because the place was out there where my desk was. I could look out the window this way. So I'm sitting there. I look. I see the three guys go by the first time. I ain't think nothing of it. Then I seen some more people walking back on the other side of the street, go back that way. Then I seen two more. I'm like, damn. Okay, there's three over there. The same three that walked on this side was the ones walking back that way. Then two more walked this way. So I'm like, damn, that's five right there. So I'm just, calculating shit because I pay attention to a lot of shit. That's how you still survive in Chicago being urban, right? So they turn around and walk back again. And I notice they all trying to take a peek in this motherfucking gate. Now I'm like, you know what? Hold on, bro. Let me go out here and see what the fuck going on. Because, I'm security, bro. And I'm standing on business. I'm like, hey, Tweet. That's why I used to call my man, Raphael. I used to call him Tweet. I'm like, hey, Tweet. He like, what's up? I'm like, come out here, man. Let me go see who these fucking niggas is. Just come out here for a minute. You can stand at the door, but I'm going to go see who these motherfuckers is. You just stand at the door. Plus, I used to have him watch the desk if I walked away from the desk. So he had to stand at that desk, but he also had the door open just in case. I walked to the gate. So I walked to the gate, nigga walked by, looked and kind of come down. The other nigga walked by, and the nigga looked up kind of clean. He like, G Shrimp. I'm like, yeah. He like, what's up, General? What the fuck up? I'm like, nothing. What's up, Mo? He like, damn, G, you work here? I'm like, yeah. He like, damn, Mo. He said, you know a nigga named Pierre? I'm like, yeah. He said, damn. I said, yeah, that's our supervisor. Why, what's up? Man, Mo, you know he sent the general back. I'm like, oh yeah, I know he did send him back. He sent him all the way back to Stateville though. He like, yeah, G, man. He told us we had to come up here and get down on this nigga, G. He like, man, you see, I got 3 niggas over there. I come over here. We trying to see if we can catch the nigga coming outside. I'm like, damn, oh well, y'all can't get him today, bro, cause I'm working and I'm on duty. Now I be off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. If y'all want to come up here and be my guest, but y'all got to squash that shit from now. He like, oh well, Mo, we really don't want to entertain this, but the general told us we had to come up here. I'm like, you know what, bro? Y'all can fall back off that. What y'all do, tell the general to call me. Give the general my number. When he call the girl, give her the G Shrimp number and I'll demonstrate with Mo. I'm going to let him know y'all came up here and stood on business, but I'm going to fix this for y'all. They like, oh, well. So about a week later, the G girl called me. Hello, I speak to Shrimp. I'm like, yeah, what's up? This such and such girl, man. He on the line now. Hold on. Click, click. I'm like, hello? Like, yeah, what's up, G? I'm like, what's up, Mo? All well? Yes, sir, all well, man. He said, they said they came up there. I'm like, yeah, they come up here. I say, hey, boy, them niggas come up here to beat the brakes off that nigga. He was laughing so motherfucking hard, he wasn't even mad that I sent them back home. He like, damn, G, what happened? I said, man, I'm seeing these niggas study walking by, G. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So when I approached them, Mo recognized him. Damn, General, what the fuck? You work here? I'm like, yes, sir, I work here. And they like, we demonstrated. And I'm like, I told them just fall back, give you my number. I said, but Mo, I said, they come up here to stand on business, though. He like, man, I know they would. I said, man, listen, no, you ain't want that like that. They'd have beat the shit out that boy. I said, they had bets and shit, Mo. He like, what? I said, boy, them niggas had bets and shit. That's what made me notice them. Every time they walk by, nigga try to drop something, and then he come back and pick it up. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I peeped this because I'm like, man, ain't no motherfucker should be walking through here. And I know they wasn't from the gangsters from Lakeside. And I'm like, and they ain't going further enough to entertain that drama down there. So I'm like, whatever going on, it's focused on here. That's what got my attention. I said, Mom, had you called me and told me you wanted to handle that, I'd have told you the day I was off. And y'all, I'd have told you the day the time the nigga left. And he like, man, that's all well, G. Fuck it. He laughed it off and he went on about his business. So like I said, the other people in the facility, they didn't know I was juiced up like that because all they knew, I was from the work release center and I used to sit here. I was always a cool guy, laid back. They ain't never see too much I meant to that situation happening. They seen another time I had to check a motherfucker. It was a lady worked it there, right, with us. Cool CNA. She had an abusive boyfriend. He used to beat this bitch up all the time. I'm talking about all the time. She'd come to work, black eyes and shit. You know what I mean? And she had some pretty hazel eyes, right? And you know, she was cool with me. I used to talk to her a little bit. And I said, damn, you got some pretty eyes. Yeah, these hazel, something she was saying. I said, yeah, the nurse around the corner got some eyes like that. Hers is contact. These my real eyes. I said, yeah, I know they contact. This the chick I end up marrying, y'all, the nurse. This is where I met her at that work release center, right? At the nursing home from the work release center, right? So she tell me, them not her real eyes. She told me they contact, so you don't got to bust a bubble, but it is what it is, right? So dude used to come up there and argue with her, and they used to get on my nerve. He would be inside the gate. So he came inside the gate. He arguing with her right where I could see. He done slapped the shit out. I can see she got a black eye from 2, 3 days ago. And I'm like, I'm so tired of this nigga, man. So I gets mad when I come, hey, sis, The supervisor wants you to come in there. And he like, wait a minute, I ain't finished talking. I'm like, hey, bitch. I didn't call him no bitch. I'm like, hey, I had to scream, hey, your fucking supervisor wants you in the building now. And she like, I got to go. She went in there. I'm like, hey, dude, let me tell you something. What you do with that bitch at your house is your business. Don't come up here and try to beat her up, check her, whatever. She get off at 11 o'clock every day, and she here at 3 every day. Whatever you need to do with her, you do it at 3 and you finish it at 11. Don't come back up here no more, because you this close from getting that bitch fired, bro. Straight up. Oh, my bad. I didn't know it, man. But sometimes she don't be answering the phone and shit, bro. She got a black motherfucking eye, bro. She don't want to be fucking with you. She got to deal with you when she get home. Just wait on her to get home. He like, all right, bro. I'm serious. Don't come back up here. He fell back. 2 days later, she said, you must have scared him, because he said, man, security told me don't come up there no more or you was going to get fired. I'm like, yeah, I checked his ass. I told him, stop coming up here and stand putting his hands on you and all that shit. I ain't getting in your business. But that nigga ain't going to be coming up here whooping on you, because I felt responsible for these women because I'm security. So I started messing with the chick that I ended up marrying. Well, we didn't get married. We just stayed together 30 years. I was 20, she was 40 when I met her. So this the good and the bad part about having a vet, y'all. So I met her. No problem. She was married a little bit. I wasn't tripping on that because I didn't plan on marrying her, none of that shit, no way. So I started fucking with her a little bit. The first day, I end up getting it. I walked down to No Limit to the park down here, the beach, 75th Rainbow Beach, and me and her went in there and sat on the benches. And she got up there, we did our little thing. But I walked away with her like at 11 o'clock. My ride pulls up to get me every night at 11 o'clock. I had this big ass white van. Y'all see the van, I showed you the picture. I had the white van, right? And they would come get me because the moles would be at the house waiting, and they'd come get me at 11 o'clock. I think I was on house arrest at the time because I was still fresh out the work release center. Then I transferred to house arrest. So when they come up there and see me gone, they can't find me. They looking around. They go back to the house. Now I'm telling my girl, who I just met, brother, I'm like, damn, man, my ride already came and left. It's about 11:30, close to 11:40. I'm like, damn, they gonna be looking at me, man. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Damn, this pussy good. I'm about to lay her ass down, you know? So I want to take her to my house. We gets on the bus, go straight across 75th, take you to the Ville, back to the south side, right? We jumps on the bus. And I'm telling her from the door, look, because this how street shit go. I'm like, look, I'm real active in these streets. So if we walk from this bus stop to my house, you walk on the outside, I'm going to walk on the inside. That way, if I had to get my pistol, I could see. Ain't nobody coming looking for you. If anything pull up, they looking for me. I had to let her know in the gate that I'm important. And you know, if you fucking with me, this is what it is, right? So we walking down. We get to the strip. We walking down to my house. Here come 15 niggas out of my yard. They got guns and shit. My mama done told them, listen, if they done killed my motherfucking son, y'all go over there, search every garbage can, every alley, and everywhere. If they done killed my boy, bring the goddamn body back. So these niggas is going on a recon mission. And this ain't even all of them, y'all. When I'm walking down the alley, I got her. She got on the nurse uniform. It's white and shit. She got this long ass lab coat, right? So when they see me, they like, man, here this nigga go right here, man. What the fuck going on? I'm like, nothing, man. I had to stop. Woo. They like, oh, here you go. So they turn around and go back in. They like, this nigga with a patient. I'm like, this ain't no motherfucking patient, nigga. Get on in there. So when we walk in there, it's another gang of niggas at the table. They playing domino. They got pistols and shit all out. She walked by. She looked. She didn't say nothing. That's how I knew she was about that life too, right? So we go in my room till I'm kicking it, do what we do. That's how I told you them niggas gonna be looking for me. She like, yeah, man. I said, you see all that shit on the table? She like, yeah. I'm like, that ain't scared you or nothing. She like, no, no, it's cool. So we about fucking around a little bit. Just supposed to be some shit at the job, one none person. So I guess her husband had a lady friend or something up there. I guess she peeped the play or whatever, however it was. Because we wasn't even really fucking around like that. But she told him she be going to lunch with me. And he come up there one day and want to whoop her, right? And she like, he was getting so loud and shit. Now, I talked to her in the basement. She come down to get her coat. She said, I'm finna walk out of here to get him out of here because he making the scene. I'm like, man, don't go nowhere with that nigga, man. I'm telling you, he too upset. Let that nigga go home and y'all deal with that. She like, no, I'ma just go. And man, listen, that motherfucker, him and her left and went. It went 20, 30 minutes. She called me. She over here, little bit past O Block. She on O Block on King Drive. She like, she at that gas station right there at State Street. Because when we come through, that's the route we took. That's why I say O Block. So we come from 75th. I tell him, make a left on 67, make a right. We roll by O Block, make a left, go down. So I tell her where he at. She crying and shit. He jumped on me. He walking on that side of the street. I said, all right, which gas station is she at? She tell me the one. I said, walk to the other one on the other side of the street. Now my car was still at the house, the van, right? So I had to get one of the guys who worked there, which is one of the CNA supervisors, to take me up here, right? I said, hey, bro, because he hit the call when she called. She had to call the job. He hit the call and her cry, I said, hey, man, I need you to take me up there, man. Man, I don't want to get in that Jewett. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I just let me borrow the keys. Man, no, I said, look, nigga, either your punk ass go take me or you gonna give me your motherfucking car keys. I had to threaten the nigga. He's a little sweet too. Anyway, man, Jewett, I wouldn't do this for nobody but you, Jewett. That's I don't give a fuck what you say what you want to say. But you give me these keys or you taking me. He takes me up there. We picks the woman up. So she's so distraught and crying. And he like, so where we going, Jewett? And she crying, so I'm like, you going to my house, man. I had my own apartment. Y'all had me so I had my own shit since I was 16. That woman came here and never went back home, y'all. It never. It was a wrap after that, and I'm like, damn. And we stayed together 30 fucking years. People be asking me, what happened to your wife? I'm like, she's still around, bro, but she got old. She old as my mama. My mama just turned 77. She turned, if she was 20 years older than me, if I'm 54, that means she's 70. She's 74 now. See? I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, she getting up there. She really getting up there. Like I said, she always was 20 years ahead of me. Well, basically 19 years ahead of me. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So eventually, last time we kicked it, she was staying at this senior building down here. And she had failed because she had broke her hip a little bit. And her daughters came and they like, man, Mom, what you doing on the ground? How long you been sitting here? She like, probably 30, 40 minutes. They like, Mom, you can't be sitting on the ground waiting that damn. She said, well, Maurice probably will come back in a little while. And then, they like, Mom, you can't be waiting on Maurice to come back. You can't even call him. So they decided we go take her down to Iowa. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I packed the house up and everything, and she gone. I talked to her the other day. Everything's still going on good. It's cool. But a lot of shit be happening around here, and shit we done went through the same thing these niggas going through. We done been through all this shit already. I be telling y'all, ain't none of this shit new under the sun that's going on with these young niggas and these older niggas. We all been through that shit. So the fact we laid back, relaxed, we done did our time, put our work in. You know what I mean? And women I fuck with, every time I mess with a woman, I have to let her know what time it is. Hey, look, I'm real active in these streets, so you watching, you riding with me, you got to know I got a pistol. You gotta keep your head on the swivel with me and pay attention, right? So I school my baby mamas like that. You know, every woman I fuck with, any chick I fuck with, they knew the business, right? So I pulls up with my baby mama one time. She knew the business, right? We pulls up at the fucking light, and the nigga pulled up, and he didn't pull right up on the side. He's kind of like that. This motherfucker tried to line me up, and I'm talking, that motherfucker tried to give me one straight to the dome. And she sings, she like Poopy. She used to call me, Poopy, look out. When she said that, I ducked. Man, that motherfucker took off because he knew it was up then. Boy, I swear to God, I chased that motherfucker like I was the police. You hear me? I chased that motherfucker down. He jumped out and tried to run it in a goddamn laundromat. I jumped out right behind his ass, man. I was so motherfucking mad, boy. Well, I went in that motherfucker. I come up out that bitch, the bitch sitting in the car. Bitch, your ass with him, bitch. I jumped in the car. My girl had jumped from the passenger side to the fucking driver's side. I'll never forget. We was in a Ford Explorer, right? That bitch took off. Boom! Flat out ride. I'm telling her, Rhonda, slow down. Slow down. Don't run this light. Boom! I'm like, oh, shit. Bitch, slow down, bitch. Slow down. She get to the next one. I'm like, go, bitch, you go kill her. Slow down. She wasn't trying to hit none of that shit. That bitch sounded like a demon. She had the door open when I first got to. Let's go. I jumped in that motherfucker. She ran every light till we got to 90 fucking Fifth Street. When we turned on her block, which I'll never forget, her grandma stayed on 95th and Laughlin. Oh, she was cool. That bitch snapped out of that shit like it never happened. She pulled up, got out. She said, you can go park this around the corner. I'm like, all right. She like, give me that thing. She took it, went on in the house, right? I went around there, parked around the corner, walked back. I get in there, she done transformed, y'all. Listen, she done, I come in. You can take this hat off, babe. She wiping my face and shit. You all right? You all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Okay. You know what? You can just spend the night tonight. You don't have to go home. Plus, I don't want you to go home in that car. I'm like, I'm cool. You know, I can go home. Shit. No, just spend the night. I'm like, yeah, all right. We never discussed it. Never. Not no more. And I used to keep her in tune on a lot of shit, right? I used to keep her in tune on a lot of shit because we stayed on bullshit, right? So one day we was riding by this gangster I used to be into it with all the time, little nigga. I synced him, so I'm fucking with her. I said, look at this pussy ass nigga. I'm dropping the ranks on him. He like, fuck you, Shrimp. I'm like, fuck you, nigga. Hoe ass nigga. You alright? She like, who is that? That's the nigga I be shooting at all the motherfucking time. He lucky you in the car. I get on his ass right now. I meant that shit, y'all. I would have got on his ass. But she was in the car. So she stayed way out, y'all. Way out here on 124th and Perry, which is like Calumet City and Dalton, like the borderline. She stayed on the Calumet City side. Just one block would make it Calumet City. One block would make it Chicago, and two more blocks, or how many blocks, you go down a little bit further, and it would be Dalton. So I'm out there. I had two cars at the time. I told you I had the Ford Explorer. Then I had that white van, like a 92 Explorer and a 94 van. So I guess they followed her. She was in the van one day. They followed her in the van because they could have never followed me. Plus, where these niggas was sitting at, they was slapping on the van one night. These gangsters done found my motherfucking location, y'all. Now, y'all be giving up y'all little goofy shit. We used to have to work for it. That mean they followed this bitch, y'all. And I give them applause because they found that motherfucker. Because they sure didn't follow me. They followed her. So I had already told her the day I dropped the rank on the nigga, I'm like, look, bitch, if you ever see that car out here, you let me know. Because that nigga don't supposed to be out here. You know what I mean? I ain't got no enemies out here. If that nigga out here, he looking for me. If you ever see that car, bitch, let me know. She's like, okay. So the car, my truck, the van is parked on the side of her house. I happen to pull up a little later in the front. Her house is on the corner. So imagine the house on the corner. I pull up in the front. The van is parked on the side, almost back by her garage. These niggas is watching the van. They parked like 3 cars back, but they can see the van. They never seen me come in because I come in through the front door. So we eat, we in there talking, and she washing the dishes and she looking out the window. She like, Poopy. I said, what? I think this that van. I think this that car. I'm like, what car? The car you told me to look out for if it's ever out here. I'm like, nah, then what you talking about there? She like, what's that? So I kind of looked. I said, go in your room, because her room was closer to the car. I said, turn the light off and open the blind. So she turned the light off. Then when I opened the blind, I opened the blind. I said, show this these niggas. I said, these motherfuckers done found my, oh. I said, look, babe, go out there, just hit the alarm, get something out the car and come back in. It don't matter what it is, just get something out and come back in. I want to see what they go do, right? She goes out there, she wasn't scary. Okay. She walk out there switching the shit. When the alarm lights come on the car, the Chevy they was in, it started up. Lights come on. They probably like, hey, nigga, come. They get in position. They ready to slide. You feel me? These motherfuckers is ready to slide. I said, oh yeah, these bitches ready, huh? Okay. She grabbed the shit, come back in. I'm like, okay, that ain't no problem. I had the Mac with me, bro. Listen, when I tell y'all we ride with that shit, bro, listen, this shit they doing, we been doing that. Listen, I had the motherfucking Mac with 30 in that bitch, boy. Listen, I come out that front door and turn that corner. And them niggas didn't even have a chance. Well, I was on their ass. Listen, them motherfuckers threw that bitch in reverse. And if they didn't tell 16 motherfucking cars trying to get up out of there, I'm talking about I was on their ass all through the windshield. Them niggas was getting it trying to get up out of there. I bet they ain't never came the fuck back out there no more. And then this is what fucked our relationship up. Because her mother never really liked me anyway, because she knew I was in a lot of shit. But she didn't have to do all that shit there. Just take the baby and leave and all that shit. That's the baby mama I told you I'm still mad at, because she just disappeared 10 years. I don't see her call me out the blue, gone for another 10 years if I don't want to fuck with her. I'm like, if you call me 10 years later, I want to know where my son at, not the fact to get back with you. We done done that shit already, right? So the next day, the lady, her mother, tried to spin it because all these neighbors' cars tore up over here. And she got to kind of speak on it, right? She come out there and look like, oh my God, they made a mess, didn't they? She like, yeah. And she go say, yeah, they was shooting at my daughter's baby daddy. And the lady stayed right next door to her. And she told her, bitch, the nigga who was shooting come out your motherfucking house. She told her, oh, when she busted out, oh, this was a bougie bitch too. She worked at the post office, her and her boyfriend, that crushed her feelings. She couldn't get that loud. She like, bitch, the nigga who was shooting come out your house. I seen the nigga. I seen all of it. I seen the truck he took off in, and he also drive that motherfucking car that's on the side of your house, that big ass van. She was in that van that night. He pulled up in that car. I don't know what happened, but he come out there and was shooting at that other car that was over there. She seen all that shit. That's why in the city, it ain't nothing you do that somebody won't fucking see. Always, when you think somebody ain't see, somebody did. The best thing you can do to survive in Chicago, assume somebody always seen you and somebody always heard something. You think like that, you'll survive longer. You feel me? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody favorite baby daddy. I'll be back in the morning, y'all. I'm out of here.